Hi, my name is Kellen Ainsworth, and I'm a co-founder with Myel Consulting. Our company specializes in business plan writing, financial forecasting, feasibility studies, pitch deck creation, mostly related to the startup space, helping companies raise capital, doing feasibility studies for, discovering entry points into markets and viability, and then also immigration work, immigration-related business plan writing for companies looking to enter into new market. That's essentially what Myel Consulting does, and today I'm speaking with Novantum on entrepreneurship.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, it was my pleasure. How'd you get started with Myel?
Me and my business partner, Mitch Feldman, we both met playing hockey and going to school, university together, and both in business, of course. I was in marketing and management, and then I did my MBA, and Mitch was more in finance and accounting. But yeah, we had met through the hockey team and courses together, and we had always kind of talked business together and always were kind of like-minded in the business space, and kind of decided that we wanted to start a business together and utilize our free time. So we kind of discussed the idea of starting a company. We didn't really know exactly what that would be at the time, what we were going to offer. We both had, before I met Mitch, that I sold, and Mitch had business experience as well.
You and Mitch have had a lot of success with Myel Consulting. What are some of the stats to show for it?
There's a few metrics that we kind of like to use. Obviously, we work on different business models every day, different business models, different sizes, different countries. So yeah, we've seen a lot of different businesses over our 8 years in existence now. But some of our main stats is, we estimate somewhere around 1.6 billion that we've raised over the years. And that varies between bank loans for $50,000 to open a restaurant or a small coffee shop to $40 million raises for new plants in whatever space. So we've kind of varied on the size of the project. And it's hard to have an exact number on our funding, but we estimate somewhere around that 1.6 billion mark, and companies across 90 different countries and 4,000 plus business plans written. So we've been in existence for a while now doing this. So yeah, those are some of the kind of stats or metrics that we like to loosely follow.
And what's that national reach or international reach like for you as someone who has a business here in Canada?
Yeah, it's interesting working with different cultures and different business environments and how they do things. Business plan writing and the general services that we offer don't vary too much. At the end of the day, it's fairly standardized, but there are some kind of nuances to knowing each individual region and analyzing the region and knowing kind of what's different between different business environments is important for sure. So, yeah, it's a good experience to be able to work with clients all over the world and see a lot of different cool businesses for sure.
So you've built a consulting firm that helps businesses secure capital and scale sustainably. What patterns do you notice between ventures that thrive and those that struggle?
I think an important thing for any business to be successful is having clarity and focus. So really understanding your value proposition in the market, whether you're a service-based business or a proprietary tech company, whatever it is really understanding what your value proposition is. So whether you're in the luxury space in the customer segment or more in the value-based, whatever you're doing is understanding who your target client is and pricing your services accordingly to that, and whatever position in the segment or in the market you are, whatever segment you're in, is just making sure you know your value proposition and executing that. Just some of obviously there's so many things that go into being successful, but these are just some of the higher level kind of pillars. Also financial discipline, understanding your numbers, I think is really important. I think a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with understanding their numbers, which financials are your transparency to your business. So I think that's also really important. And then also adaptability. So being able to adapt changing markets and trends. And obviously today there's so many different factors that businesses need to consider, whether it's new technologies like AI or economic uncertainty, whatever it is. I think it's really important for entrepreneurs to always be thinking ahead and never get complacent with your business. Even when you're really successful, sometimes those are the times that you need to really think about the future even more. So yeah, those three things. And then finally, team. I think if you are a team-based business, I think surrounding yourself with like-minded motivated people who are kind of have the same focus is really important. My partner Mitch, we've obviously gotten into it over the years in certain things and certain topics, but we ultimately really well together, and we've set up infrastructure for our company to work well as a team together in order to be successful. So summarizing, I think, understanding your value proposition, like I said, clarity, focus, financial discipline, team, having a good team, and then also being adaptable and being able to, react, be proactive to the market and ongoing trends. So those are kind of just 4 of many very important things, but I think those are some good high-level talking points.
When it comes to value proposition, how difficult is that for early entrepreneurs to figure out? Is that something that they go into right away knowing this is my value proposition and this is what we want to put a base on our moral grounds as a company? Or is that something that needs constant refining and tuning?
Yeah, I think it's, I think it can be refined and maybe it changes over time, but I think going in with a purpose is important. First of all, if there's demand in the market for it, if people want to use your service or your product, whatever it is, and then, finding that sweet spot in that market of who your customer segment is. There's room for a lot of different, types of consumers in most industries. I think it is important prior to starting your business to really understand what makes you unique or what will make you successful, and then really trying to hone in on that. But like you said, that can certainly adapt over time, and kind of going back to the one point about being adaptable, and it's just really understanding the market and knowing what makes your company or what makes your service or yourself unique in the market. And
so you work with founders across industries. Why do you think service-based businesses are often a strong entry point for new entrepreneurs?
Yeah, I've always liked service-based businesses. I've had both of the companies that I've had were service-based businesses. So there's a few different reasons. I think for one, the entry point is a little bit easier. It's a little bit of a lower startup cost because a lot of the output is, human capital and your time. So you can control that cost just through obviously you offering your service, whatever it is. It's also comparing it to, other business models. Let's just use an example of, I don't know, if you're producing a product or manufacturing a product to sell in retail, whatever it might be, it just presents a lot of other challenges, that business related challenges that maybe a lot of entrepreneurs don't understand or don't know when they're starting. So not to say that a service-based business doesn't have its challenges and a lot of things that are new for a lot of entrepreneurs to learn in the business world, but they don't have the same hurdles that maybe producing a product might have. Learning, first of all, the manufacturing side of things, inventory, accounts payable, accounts receivable, branding, retail, distribution, logistics, so many different things. On the flip side, maybe it's a tech company and there's so many variables that you need to understand, whether it be, customer acquisition costs or churn rates or all these different things that go into a tech-based business model that can be really challenging and difficult. So with a service-based business, there's some kind of core pillars to success. I think what we touched on earlier is, trying to create a value proposition. So if you're offering a service, maybe you have a skill or a background in a specific industry and you want to go out on your own and start a service-based business, I think the foundation to be successful is a little bit more clear than, some of those other more complicated business models.
If you could give one piece of advice to someone starting their first business with limited capital, what would it be?
I would say emphasize organic growth. So don't focus on getting from point A to point B quickly. Grassroots approach and organic growth. I like those types of businesses, people that you're not going to, be a millionaire on day one and have a super successful business right away. I think it's really important to just grow organically and grow that. I think that creates a foundation in your business that's more sustainable long term. I would also say operate lean to start. Some of the mistakes that I see or some in the market with people starting a business is maybe sometimes a little bit of ego gets into it, that you're starting a business and you're a lot of unnecessary spending on things that you really don't need. So I think it's really important to just operate lean in the early stages of your company. And, for service-based businesses, a lot of tasks and a lot of things that need to be done by you to start. Don't feel like you need to hire people to do a lot of the the work and tasks that go along with starting a business, I think owners and especially service-based companies can do a lot of that and take that on yourself until, you know, you've grown to a stage where it's time to hire people to scale. So I'm definitely not suggesting that don't outsource to professionals that will, you know, help your business grow. But I think in the early days, operating as lean as possible, don't spend unnecessarily on branded golf balls and hoodies and merchandise or hiring people that you really don't need. I think it's important to operate lean in the early stages and do a lot of the work yourself and really exhaust yourself human capital before, you know, outsourcing to or hiring people or, you know, getting additional help with the business. So it's not a sprint, it's a marathon when starting a business. And I think you really need to focus on building a strong foundation before you can become successful. So I would say those are probably some main tips that I would give to anyone looking to start a business with limited capital is,
How can people reach out to you?
Yeah, they can reach out to us. Visit our website. It's mykelconsulting.com. We have a lot of great information on our website, a lot of resources and example material, case studies. So a lot to learn on our website. We have a lot of great content as well through our blogs and a lot of places to contact us through the website, through the contact page. So and call. We have our phone number up there, so feel free to call at any time, email, and we'll get in touch and see how we can help right away.